As to whether or not Jerry Rice is really hurt or not, we're going to have to wait until Sunday to find out. But in the meantime, players starting to get serious, hitting the playbooks and the practice field. And for us announcers, well, it's time to really bone up on all our statistics. And in the meantime, from Miami, I'm Mark Ibanez for the 10 o'clock news. Is that good? All right, they ought to buy that, huh? All right. Hey.
Oh, but you best believe things are much different these days covering a Super Bowl than they were back in 1989. But no one can change the result of Super Bowl 23, one of the greatest comebacks ever in Super Bowl history, culminating on a Joe Montana to John Taylor pass in the final moments, bringing the 49ers the ultimate victory. But perhaps the biggest change between then and now? Player access. For instance, can you even imagine, say, George Kittle calling his own personal chiropractor to come out from the Bay Area to help cure his ills like Jerry Rice did way back then? These days, you can't get anywhere near these multi-million-dollar properties like we could back then. If you want to get some talk time with players, you've got to hit what they call Radio Row, where mostly former players hit the radio waves to talk about new products and, of course, the good old days, like linebacker Bill Romanowski, who was on that 49er championship team back then. And he has fond memories, all right, but he wanted to keep it in the here and now.
This is, a defining moment for Kyle Shanahan that potentially cements him in NFL history.
Yeah, no doubt.
When you win Super Bowls, that's what it does. And he knows that from his dad.
Looking back on Super Bowl 23, it's almost hard to believe the lack of security. Imagine walking up to the guy who was going to sing the national anthem for the game and saying, "Hey, can I interview your wife?" like I did with Billy Joel and Christie Brinkley.
I know Joe Montana is supposed to be really great.
Oh, yes, things have certainly changed in 30 years. For one, after working all day in the sun, all I really care about is getting a good nap. I'm wearing 50 sunscreen. And as far as this heat goes, all I can say is, at least it's good for my arthritis. We have hit that point of the week where the players are sequestered away for the most part, away from the media. I've got a little time to study my rosters and such. So that's pretty much the scene here. From South Beach, Miami, Florida, I'm Mark Ibanez for KTVU, Fox 2. They ought to buy that, right?
Let's go play some bingo.
All right. Parcheesi, maybe? Charades?